We're facing some significant challenges in terms of physicians being available to take care of you, let alone if you want to have a doctor that really relates to you.
We're coming together to talk about solutions, about workforce shortages that we are experiencing, certainly in the case of Latinos.
The policy environment is quite turbulent. We're in the middle of a number of elections that are getting ready to happen in the state. It's an opportunity to step back and reflect on how's the Latino workforce coming along, how do we meet our future needs, how does California continue to move forward.
The number of Latino physicians in this country has not changed in the last 20 years. The situation has actually gotten worse because while the number of physicians has stayed relatively constant, the population has grown.
Certainly with the new administration, this has put a lot of Latinos and other populations under a lot of stress.
The DACA program, I remember working with President Obama in the Oval Office to talk to the President about what we were going to do after the election of November 2010. That was the year that in the House of Representatives, Democrats lost 63 or 4 seats and we lost the majority. The words were, well, looks like we're going to have to shelve immigration reform. I remember saying to him, Mr. President, remember, you don't have to wait for Congress in order to get something done. And he said, well, then let's put our thinking caps together and see where we go. 3 years later, we had DACA.
We have to look at residency slots because we know that where doctors do their residency and where they get trained and go to school, they're more likely to stay in that community.
Black and Latino physicians are more likely to practice in underserved areas. So while we have many areas that are underserved and we need more physicians, especially primary care physicians, to serve them, we don't have the supply.
You're going to see 80, 25, 97 this year, which is our attempt to double the number of prime students that we have today. Because this program really has shown that we're returning Latino physicians to underserved areas.
We also have to figure out what we're going to do with the cost of medical school, and which it continues to be a decision on where doctors choose to practice and where they set up shop.
Family can't afford to send you to school, or you feel pressure to drop out and go to work, you're not going to go to college. You don't go to college, you don't go to medical school.
The Latino Physicians of California is about coming up with viable solutions to the problems that we have been facing on creating a diverse workforce that really is the answer to the tremendous challenges for large populations.
I don't need another paper to document another issue around health disparities. We all know it right now. What are we going to do?
Sometimes in spite of having medical coverage through Medi-Cal or other Cover California, that they cannot find. Who can provide the services?
Young kids get discouraged at an early age and they lose interest in science and math and they aren't going to go into those fields. And let's face it, to get into medical school, the biggest predictor is how you did in your science courses. Latino students get in at 42%. That's about as high as it gets for anybody, any group. They're just not applying. So why are they not applying? Well, because they don't graduate from college. It starts really early. And if you're discouraged in the 3rd grade, you are not going to go on.
We have to continue to look at the structural barriers for our Latino community to access graduate school and professional degrees.
It's not just about training doctors, but about training the right doctors that come from, the communities.